Tonight you're going to eat something that didn't exist 10,000 years ago. Maybe it's bread. Maybe it's a banana. Maybe it's a glass of milk. You won't think twice about it. But for most of human history, none of these foods existed in the form we know today. Your ancestors ate whatever their environment could provide, and that varied dramatically depending on where they lived. There was no single human diet. Different groups survived on different foods across deserts, forests, coastlines, and grasslands. Some relied heavily on meat, others on plants, and many ate foods that would seem unusual to us today. One common myth is that early humans were primarily meat eaters, constantly hunting large animals. While meat was important, anthropologist Richard Wrangham argues that cooked starchy roots and tubers were just as significant. Cooking transformed human evolution by making food easier to digest and increasing the amount of usable energy our bodies could extract. This mattered because the human brain consumes roughly 20% of our daily energy, despite being a small part of the body. Cooking provided the extra calories needed to support larger brains. Compared to chimpanzees, humans have smaller jaws, smaller teeth, and shorter digestive systems, changes that likely resulted from relying on cooked food rather than spending hours chewing raw plants. Before humans became skilled hunters, many were opportunistic scavengers. Paleoanthropologist Jessica Thompson has studied marks on ancient animal bones, showing that early humans often collected carcasses left behind by predators. By using stone tools to crack open bones, they accessed nutrient-rich marrow hidden inside. Marrow was an incredibly valuable source of fat and calories. Rather than overpowering other predators through strength, humans survived through intelligence, patience, and tool use. This strategy allowed them to exploit resources that many animals could not access. Meanwhile, other human groups adapted to entirely different environments. Archaeologist Curtis Marian found evidence that humans living along the South African coast around 160,000 years ago regularly ate shellfish such as mussels and limpets. These foods were rich in omega-3 fatty acids, nutrients associated with brain development. Coastal living also provided a dependable food source during periods of drought. While inland environments could become unpredictable, the tides continued to deliver shellfish day after day. Some researchers believe these coastal populations may have survived difficult climate periods because of this reliable resource. Despite these differences, one thing remained constant: variety. Hunter-gatherers could not depend on a single food source. If rains failed, plants disappeared. If herds migrated, meat became scarce. People ate what was available rather than what they preferred. This history may still influence our behavior today. Humans naturally react to bitter flavors because bitterness often signals toxins in nature. Many edible plants were mildly toxic, so learning which ones were safe was essential survival knowledge. Children tend to reject bitter foods even more strongly than adults. Researchers believe this may be an evolutionary safeguard that helped prevent poisoning. As people grow older, this response often weakens, which may explain why many adults enjoy coffee, dark chocolate, and bitter vegetables that children dislike. Certain foods were prized almost everywhere. Fat was highly valued because calories were difficult to obtain. Insects provided reliable protein without the dangers of hunting large animals. Termites, grubs, and grasshoppers were nutritious, abundant, and easy to collect. Honey was another prized resource. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups such as the Hadza show that honey is one of the most sought-after foods because of its exceptional calorie content. All of this highlights a simple reality. Humans evolved in conditions of scarcity, not abundance. Our bodies developed cravings for calorie-dense foods because those cravings improved survival when food was uncertain. Today, food is available with almost no effort. Sugar, fat, and refined grains can be obtained instantly, often in the same meal. Yet our brains still operate using instincts shaped by a much older world. You're not weak because it's difficult to resist chips, sweets, or fried foods. You're using ancient hardware in a modern environment. Your ancestors may have spent hours gathering roots, cracking bones, collecting shellfish, or searching for honey. You opened a fridge, different food, same brain, same ancient hunger still influencing every choice you make.